Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today a very interesting unboxing, something that I believe came in from a pass around that I'm part of. Let's take a look at, see what we got in here. This is coming in from JD for EDC. I believe JD for EDC, I kind of marked that out, I didn't want to show any information. But let's go ahead and take a look, and I don't remember exactly what this is, but let's take a look. Today I'm opening this up with my Enrique Pena, it's an X series Bravo. This is the frag pattern, I just got this one in. Beautiful little knife. I really liked it. I tuned it, put some skiff washers in there, and the action's already beautiful. So, fun little knife. Let's go ahead and see what we got in here. Okay. Am I through? All right, so make sure there's no private information in there. All right, so let's see, what do we got? Oh, we got two knives. Okay, very cool. Two Kansept knives. Oh, yeah, and we got some stickers. All right, some stickers to pass around. Very cool. Oh, looks like from some of the different YouTubers who've looked at this knife already. So let's see. So we'll go ahead and open both of these. But before we do that, we've got Work Knife Balance. Very cool. Check that channel out. Please do. We've got Illuminati Ninja. Check that channel out. We've got JD for EDC. Have a Knife Day. Definitely check him out. Oh, he's got a couple of stickers. Look at that. He's got some fancy ones. Oh, Illuminati's got a couple of stickers as well. Then we got Said Stevie, check him out. Very cool. I'll throw in a couple of my stickers for the pass around when we get there for Rob's Nerdy Knives. Mine aren't as fancy and colorful as them, but I like the silhouette. You know, it's the simplicity and the nerdiness of that. That's kind of cool. I didn't let this come down, so you probably can't see Said Stevie and Work Knife Balance. So let me go ahead and do that. But I want to give a shout out to all these great channels. If you haven't checked them out, you're curious about other nice knife channels. Some of these may appeal to you, some of them may not, but go check them out. All right, so with all that being said, let me go ahead and put this off to the side because we want to pass these along. I might, if there's an extra sticker, I might take one of these and put it on my wall, because some of these guys, I don't think I have their stickers yet. And I'd love to have, I have a wall of stickers, lots of stickers from all the knives manufacturers and other channels. I love to keep that. So, all right, I know you're waiting. So the first one we'll go ahead and take a look at, and I'll put this one off to the side. The first one, let me get it off of the table so you don't see it. All right, it's a Kansept. This is the Reverie. Are they both? No, the other one's the Tuckamore. This is the Reverie, all right? So this is a Justin Lundquist design, all right? Size 2.92 inches. So it's black stonewash 154 cm, black and green G10. Very cool. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, I like the box. Very nice. All right, so I don't think I've ever had a Kansept with this box before. That's nice. Let's just experience a little bit of this. Maybe you guys have experienced this before, but I have not. So they have a little packet. What do we got in here? All right, so this is the warranty, what is covered, exclusions. All right, so there you go if you want to see all of that. And then on the back, it's just kind of clear. All right, very, very cool. So that's what this is. I'll go ahead and put this back together. All right, we'll put that over there. And here's the knife. And we got a little silicate packet in there, so I'm going to put that back in there. And I'll put this off to the side right now. And then we'll take a look at this knife. Okay, remember, this is a Justin Lundquist design. Interesting colors, interesting colors. I don't know if that's quite my design, but let's see. Oh, it's got that. Okay, this is the guy who does, oh yeah, I've seen it on Urban EDC, some of his other ones. I've always wanted to try one of his knives. Very cool. Okay. All right, so we got a deep pocket carry clip. First thing I noticed, very, very deep. Nice. There is a pin for lanyard. It's not a huge, major thing in the way. It does stick out a little bit. Probably could have cut off a little bit, but for lanyard folks, that's maybe really important. And that's a very typical design. I've seen that on Civivi, on Wii, and I've seen it on some of the Urban EDC stuff that he does. So, and I believe what it is just a top one like this, and you go like that. Yeah, so there you go. And it's a liner lock. So you see here's the liner lock. Got a little cutout access, little jimping on there, not too crazy. Not a lot of cutout, but it is reliefed, so you get to it. So you may not have to cut down here, but you do have a little cut to get to it. So that's great. Everything is rounded around the edges. It's not even chamfered, it's rounded, which it makes it a really nice, comfortable. Even the clip is nice and rounded, no sharp edges around there. That to me is really important. Looks like a T8 there, looks like little T6s there. My little thing is I wish it was T8s. I would love to see T8s everywhere. It just makes it a little easier to deal with and less chance of stripping, which can sometimes happen, right? This looks like a good engagement, about 25%, maybe 30%. So there we go. No blade rock. It's definitely in place solidly. Let's disengage that and see how it goes. All right. All right. So it's in there pretty solid, right? I would probably want to tune that. For a top flipper, I would like to see that drop a little nicer and probably would make that a little easier to top flip. This is a pretty tight top flipper. I'm not a fan of a, wow, that is really tight. So yeah, if this was my knife, it would absolutely get tuned. Now some people may love a crazy, crazy strong detent on a liner lock. I'm not a fan, especially if you're going to have just that little bit of mount, because what you're telling me is all I can do is do that little thing. I have one option, that's it. Very tip, push down really hard on the very tip, the most exposed, and then go. And then I have the best chance of it. I don't really have a chance with that detent. I can't really do that. I can't, I can maybe do that, right? Which is about the same, where I'm kind of leveraging the part there and kind of goes forward. That works as well. But I can't really come up here and put my hand just willy-nilly like here in the back. I won't do that. It has to be really flat, push down to get to, oops, see there, it slipped. See, it's kind of slipping there, but it looks like about right there is the best part. But I can feel it's pretty solid resistance there, which, for that sharp detent. Now, if you like a really strong, powerful detent, you're gonna love this. If this is the natural way it came in, no one did anything to it, you're gonna love this. This is gonna be perfect. I think like Lefty EDC, he would absolutely love this. This would be perfect for him. Matter of fact, I think he's the one who shared this with us. So thank you to Lefty and to the whole group there. I really appreciate them for that. Super awesome guys, super awesome guys. Go check out Lefty EDC if you haven't also. That's another guy that I highly recommend. Most of you guys probably already know Lefty EDC. Most of you have probably already subscribed to him. But if you happen to wander along and stumble along and find me as like the weird, Bob Ross of the knife community, and somehow you haven't met any of the other unique characters in our knife community, go check out Lefty. He's unique too. I like him. He's got some insights and some cool things on knives. And he does Devo knives, which by the way is a beautiful design knives. I have several of the Devo knives. I really love his designs. He does that with Collins, and they have a company called Devo Knives. Anyways, I digress. Very cool knife. I like this. Beautifully rounded. It is dead nuts. Let me see that. It's dark. Let me see if I can get that. Yeah, is it dead nuts? Yeah, it's dead nuts center. Yeah, so it's good. We've got no blade rock. Let's listen to the detent going in. Yeah, good detent. Any blade rock? No, it's in there pretty solid. That is nice. Yeah, I like that. And it's not lefty, so it's not easy to be a lefty. It's right-hand tip up only. That's a bummer. I would love to see screws on this, especially a G10. Why not put two holes over there? It's not even an inset, right? It's just two screws directly put through right there. You could easily just pop two screws in there, and you could even round it so you don't worry about scratching or anything. And that would be a clean two quick screws. I don't understand that, but hey, hopefully they will consider that in the future. It's a nice flat grind all the way to the top. Yeah, it's a full flat grind, except right here, which does give you a beautiful, nice thin edge. Let's feel that edge. Oh yeah, definitely nice and sharp. 154 cm steel, which is one of those fun steels that I don't know if you can see that, which is one of those fun steels that I really enjoy stropping and sharpening. It's relatively easy to sharpen. It has a pretty good edge retention and corrosion resistance. So very nice. Like I said, man, because of that strong detent, it's also hard to disengage that liner. This bar is really heavy, and I don't really have good leverage because it's not enough cutaway and angle to get down in there. So I would absolutely have to loosen. If I own this knife, I would absolutely have to drop that detent. That just is so uncomfortable for me. So just something to keep in mind. If you like strong detents, but you want a good, easy access to it, and you don't, and this is not enough, just think about that for future releases if you want to do that. So something to think about, right? For sure. I do like the design. I think it's kind of cool. I like the rounded edges, roundedness on the back spine of the blade. That's really nice. Not super sharp. That's beautiful. I love a lot of little aesthetic details. Those are cool. I don't know the price of this. This is my first impression, but very cool first impression backspacer, like I said before. Yeah, interesting knife. It's got some jimping up here, so you definitely can choke up. You can choke up a little bit to about right here. I've got medium lengthwise hands, but large widthwise, so large. I've got room. Extra large, you're going to be over here. Double extra large, you're probably going to be right at the very edge, right? So for me, I've got plenty of room with large hands, so I feel like that's good. So just something to keep in mind with that. This is an interesting knife. It's a unique experience. I have found Kansept not to be... the aesthetics they're unique, and there's a very unique group of people who love the Kansept aesthetics. Just like some of the weird Bestech and some of the weird Riot, just in-house designs are not my cup of tea, but I love when BezTech does, you know, they're OEM for some other developers, and I love Riot when they're an OEM for other developers. Just some of their in-house developments, just like Kansept, is a little weird. Just like even Artisan Cutlery has some unique designs, and even QSP has some unique designs. They get out there with some wild stuff, and this is definitely, I feel like, a little more in that. I don't know if, you know, if I'm a total hard fan of this one. I mean, this knife will never drop. It is a super shaky one. It's sticky. So there you go. That's my experience with the what are we calling this knife again? We're calling this knife the, what is it? The Reverie. So that's the Reverie. So now let's take a look at the Tuckamore. All right. Got the same little packet. We already looked at one of those, so that's fine. And let's look at got the little silicate packet there, so we'll just throw that in there. Okay. And we'll close that box up, put it off to the side, and let's see what we got in here. This is the Tuckamore, all right? Oh, this looks like a whole lot nicer than the other one. Wow. Okay, all right. What do we, this looks like copper fat carbon or carbon fiber. That's really nice. I do like that. That's really cool. Nice, beautiful inlay. Let's look at both sides, not just one side, both sides. Okay, so I thought, was this not connected? But this is a bolster lock. So it's a frame, it's a sub frame lock bolster, right? So, oh, that was easy to open. That was ridiculously easy to open. Wow. Okay, steel bar insert over, well, you don't need over travel stop when you got, it's a bolster lock. That's the over travel, right? You've got a beautiful milk deep pocket carry clip, 2 standoffs on the back, really nicely, wonderful jimping. Functional jimping. You could choke up. Yeah, you can choke up if you needed to. You got to watch out for that edge, but you can definitely choke up. As you can see, plenty of room for my large hands. Extra large, double extra large. You choke up, triple extra large hands for sure. I like this little this little spot, makes your hand feel natural there. And if you choke up, you could, you know, if nothing, for like precision cuts. But yeah, that's really nicely there. And I don't see a whole lot of voids, just a little void there, but you know, that's typical with carbon fiber, but really nicely done. Beautiful brass pivot collar, that's nice. Now, my only bummer is T8s. I wish these were T6s. I'm sorry, these are T6s. I wish these were T8s. I said that backwards. Wish T8s. I mean, a nice knife like this, T8s, come on. You can do it. I know you can, guys. And T8's underneath, that's holding the carbon fiber in place. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side to get there. Then there's going to be another screw underneath here. And I don't know if there's any screws underneath the liner. I don't think there are. I think that's all of them. But very cool. Beautiful satin finish. I like that. Nice wedge up here for a guided cut. Interesting kind of a blade. It's almost like this is a, I don't know what you want to call this, a Warncliffe, sheep's foot, duckbill, whatever you want to call this. I don't know. I mean, the name of the knife is called the Tuckamore. All right. So, oh, and this one is CPM 20 CV. So let's see. This is, can we see that? Yeah. Okay. So let's see if we can get that. So it's CPM 20 CV blade steel, right? All right. And the designer on this one is Jonathan Styles. Jonathan Styles. Very cool. I like that. I like that. A nice fuller hole with almost a thumb hole with a fuller. So is this a fuller hole, thumb hole, whatever, cutout, whatever. Cool. I like it. And let's see the action on the drop. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And this works. Oops, let me get in there again. So I get in there. Works really nicely. All right, let me do that again. Drop. Come on. There we go. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to, I didn't have to use the hole. I can go right here as well. So it's going to be a fuller thumb hole only, so that works really nicely. The action's really nice on that lock. You get in there, so you got a nice cutaway, easy access, and this is chamfered there really nicely. So good access, and it's not difficult to get to. It's not going to be, make your finger fatigue trying to get in there because you're squeezing really hard to get there. So it's an easy access, easy release. So that's really nice, and it's locked. Is it locked in? Oh, it's a little loose. All right. Let's see. That was just a hair loose. So let me see. I don't want to. I don't want to modify the knife. I think. Where's my screwdriver? Here it is. It already has the T8 in there. So this is a T8. I believe this is a T8. So let's just confirm that. Yeah, T8. So yeah, it's a little loose. Still good. Still a little bit of blade rock. Let me see if I can tighten that up just a hair more. Still nice action, but still a little bit. I don't want to, I'm not going to adjust this knife. This is part of the pass around, but I don't want it to get loose and the screw to fall out, right? So but it shouldn't be. There we go. That's nice. All right. And the action is still pretty good. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, still really good. Probably could loosen up because it's not as cool as it was before. Let's see if that did it. Here we go. And I would imagine a little drop of oil in. Oh, there we go. That's back to it the way it was before. And oh, I'd loosened it too much. I think it might be loosening up as I'm using it right away because there's probably no Loctite in there. And I don't want to put Loctite in there. Yeah, so it's better now. Yeah, and the action is really good. It's really smooth. I like that. So just something to keep in mind, if this is my knife, I would put a little Loctite, and I have some of that right here. So I'd put a little 242. I think Kevin from Lefty EDC, he puts a little super glue in there. Some people need a little more extreme. When it's your knife, you do what you want. This is not my knife. I'm just trying it out. I'm going to be very careful with it. I'm not going to carry it. I'm not going to abuse it. I'm not going to test its use. I'm just going to have it here at my desk, flip it a few times, feel it, get the ergonomics down, feel the action, feel all the sides, and kind of get my impressions on that, right? This is my first impressions. I just took it out of the box. I'm feeling it. I'm flipping it right now. I'm just getting it in my hand. Really comfortable. No hot spots, nothing digging in. That's really cool. Yeah, let me do the left hand. Really nice. Is it reversible? No. Right hand tip up only. That's unfortunate. And again, there's no cutout here, right? There's no cutout, but I bet there's probably like a little pin that goes in there. So there might be a here and a little hole. And so you could have a little screw here and a little hole, and it could even be just chamfered on the top a little bit so it's not in the way. If that's what you're looking for the scratchiness, you don't want it to feel that. I get that. But I think this could still be done nicely, for a lefty. I wish there was a lefty screw there. That would be nice. You got to think about lefties. I think that 10% of the population, that's 10% of your sales. Why are you skipping out on that? That seems easy enough. So anyways, I like that. I like that. Really easy to work left-handed, especially with that bolster lock. That makes it just ideal, right? Really super convenient. I can get in there really nicely like that. So get a really nice left-handed flip. So that's cool. I do like that. The action's really cool, nicely rounded on top. It's a little sharp there, yeah, maybe a little bit. So if you have a fire, if you have a little ferrous rod and you want to start a fire, it's a great knife for that. Or you could just, soften that up a little bit with a little file, a gentle file, and just get that nice and soft. It's up to you. It's your knife. When you own it, you do what you want. This is not my knife, so I don't get to do anything I want. I'm just going to experience it for the first time. I like it. It's got a thicker blade. This looks like a 0.12, 0.13 up here at the top, probably 0.12 down here. Comes to a pretty thin edge. It's not a super thin slicer, but it does have a nice edge on there. It's nice, definitely. And 20 CV is nice steel. It sharpens up pretty well. I mean, it's not as easy. It's not as easy as 154 or something like that, or RWL 34 or LMAX, but it's up there. It's like M390 or steel like that, but it's definitely not 154. But it's not 90 CV, and it's not S110V, right? That's like really, really, really hard steel to sharpen. Or MagnaCut at 63 Rockwell hardness, which I have several knives, and let me tell you, they take a long time to sharpen. But really cool anyways. I like this. I think it's really cool. I do like the carbon fiber. That copper infused carbon fiber is really nice. That is really nice. I haven't seen that yet. I had a gold carbon, a fat carbon one that I really like. It's on my Olamic Custom Whippersnapper, but this is nice, really nice. I like the little brass copper pivots, nice little aesthetic touch. I like the standoffs, the titanium scales. Let's look. Not really a lot of weight relief cut, but you don't have to because this is a carbon fiber insert. That's the weight relief already cut into it. So just keep that in mind. Nice deep pocket clip, has a nice flexibility. It is kind of square. I wonder how that's going to be going in and out of the pocket. I'll have to do that, test that in one of my pockets when I do the full review. But very cool little knife. I do like it. I do like it. Very, very, very neat first impression. So far, so good. All right, so that's the two knives that I am checking out here. All right, so this is the other knife. All right, so here we go. The two Kansept knives. We've got the Reverie by Justin Lundquist, and then we've got the Jonathan Stiles, the Tuckamore. So these are the two knives that we're looking at right here. Both Kansept knives. Interesting, different styles altogether, but cool, two cool knives from QSP. So let me see if I can get them both up there for a nice, good, close look up, and for maybe a little thumbnail for my video. There you go. What do y'all think? Kind of cool. All right, so hey, if you found this unboxing, you found the content fun, interesting, worthwhile, entertaining, or informative, would you please consider hitting a like button down below? If you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the channel, the videos, really helps out my channel a lot. It allows me to grow, be able to produce more content, do more things, and ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you very much for that. And if you've done all that, maybe consider hitting the notification button so you can be notified of future content when it's released. And finally, if you haven't already, maybe check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. You guys have a great day and a great week. Bye.